I'm Brian Christner, and this is The Byte, a bite-sized podcast about containers, cloud, and tech.
The Byte. In this episode, we're going to talk about Ghost CMS. In the previous episode, we talked about how my blog, brianchristner.io, went a bit viral, and the platform under it, which I use, is Ghost. And in front of Ghost, I use Cloudflare, which is also mentioned in a previous episode. Now, Ghost is it is my favorite content management system by far. And before I started this show, I actually looked and I wrote a Ghost article 5 years ago about how I migrated from WordPress to Ghost. And in this article, which I'll put in the show notes, I was just frustrated with WordPress. You know, the amount of times I have to upgrade, all the plugins, the issues I had, the security vulnerabilities, and it was just an endless headache of issues that are happening. And it was really frustrating because, you know, I just want to write content. I don't want to worry about somebody hacking my site and turning it into like a crypto mining site or something like this. I just want something simple. And that's really what drove me towards Ghost. Ghost is aimed towards writers. You know, it's not trying to overcomplicate this process. And Ghost started off as a Kickstarter campaign in 2013. A very successful Kickstarter campaign. And it turned into a very nice product. I mean, it's very simple. I mean, it's just, you know, a very nice UI for writing. You write down a markdown, and it has just a limited amount of plugins. It's starting to open up different APIs and things. 100% open source to the point. Actually, it's an organization. It's not even a company, and they share all the profit information. You know, the user churn. They show everything about the company as well as the roadmap. So as this goes, is very transparent on what's going on with the company. But what I like about Ghost is extremely lightweight. Not only the UI and everything for writing content, but actually how the Ghost CMS is created. It uses Node.js and SQLite. Very slimmed down stack. I mean, just very bare minimum. And it's lightning fast when compared to WordPress. And I did this a long time ago. I had exact same content in WordPress, exact same content in Ghost, and I measured the load between the two. And obviously WordPress, as more users came on, I mean, the database started going crazy, and it just took a long time to load this information. Whereas on the Ghost side, it just cranked it out. Node.js has kept on serving, and the response time was just remaining quite low, up to, 100 users at a time. And obviously this load test, I wanted to see where it broke. So I cranked it up to about 5,000 users a second. And that's when WordPress started, 404ing, and Ghost was still able to handle this load. I haven't done this test in a while, so I can't really officially say that's this current state with WordPress, but I am extremely happy with Ghost. I know a lot of people in the Docker community use it. A lot of Docker captains use it, and I used it for a long time as a Docker container, and I manage it myself. And about, I would say, a year and a half, 2 years ago, again, it's another article I wrote, I decided, I don't want to manage this anymore. I really spending a lot of time managing all my different websites. I had, about 7 or 8 websites at the time. And that's when I decided, I'm going to actually I'm going to move my website to Ghost, the company, as a SaaS, and let them manage it. So believe it or not, I pay the $19 a month. Extremely happy with the service. Never an issue. Support is just right on top of issues if I have anything, and it just runs like clockwork. So I have no qualms whatsoever paying for this service because it saves me headaches for support and maintenance and things like this, which I did in the past. Now I just focus on the content side, and I don't worry about maintaining it. As far as Ghost is concerned, I mean, there's some nice themes that they offer. There's open source themes, there's premium themes, obviously, like every other content provider. It also provides a lot of integrations, like MailChimp and Zapier. So every time you get a subscriber, you can automatically, put it into your MailChimp list or something like this. It has a lot of nice integrations inside of it. There's like a labs feature where you can enable things. But again, their focus is on a very clean user interface so you can write content and produce nice content. And on the theme side, it's also geared toward this. It's content first. So it's not going to be crazy over driven, like some of these WordPress sites and themes that are just like really like over the top, is basic. It's content, some bells and whistles around this content, but generally just that. If you're looking for a very fast, clean content management system, I can recommend Ghost hands down. I've been using it for the last 5-6 years. Very happy. I moved a lot of my websites over to it. My BrianChristner.io site has been on the front page of Hacker News 2 or 3 times. Never an issue of going down. Previous to that, when I was on WordPress, it was crashing all the time when I get like a few hundred users. It was really frustrating. So that's what was my main consideration when I moved to Ghost is, it doesn't worry about all these user issues and it handles performance. Ghost.org is the website. They also have, github.com, try ghost/ghost. And on Docker Hub, it's an official Docker image, so Ghost. All these resources I'll put in the show notes, but have a look, give it a try. Open source or the SaaS version, either one. It's a great product. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Byte. You can find the show notes at thebyte.io and follow me on Twitter at I Do My Own Tricks.